What's up, y'all? I'm back with another video. The name of this video is called Full Disclosure. Now, Donald Trump gave Joe Rogan an interview about a week ago, and my main focus was focusing on the UAP topic that Donald Trump mentioned first when he said, I know what you want to talk about, the space people. So now he got into that topic, and Donald Trump said some interesting things, at least I thought it was. When he got into the topic of when he said, life on Mars, and then Joe Rogan kind of like corrected him, trying to tell him, no, no, there is no life on Mars. And I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute, don't Joe Rogan knows that a president gets briefed beforehand somehow when he gets into office from the lowest topics to the highest topics? And I'm sure he knows everything about everything that's a UAP and so on and so on. Especially him because he was the one that brought out Space Force in 2020, if I'm not mistaken. But there's a lot of things I thought that was quite interesting that I wanted to mention to y'all. In 2015, a NASA administrator claimed, her name was Ellen Stofan, claimed that by 2025 we will have found extraterrestrial life. Y'all can check that out so you can see I didn't make that up. We there's a great hearing November 3rd, where supposedly first-hand witnesses of government um, that supposedly they were part of some type of program to reverse engineer these UAPs, or rather UFOs, if you want to call them UFOs. I did say to you guys about disinformation. You have to be careful because there's a lot of disinformation out there. I don't know if it's just to throw people off or maybe to give you some bits and pieces of the truth or not. Again, you don't have to believe me if you do not want to believe me on the topics that I bring forward to y'all. I just know that I like going on facts. I see a lot of channels that I follow. I'm sure a lot of you follow, and not to say any names or anything, but I've noticed that a lot of things that they say are not factual, because I think it's wrong that if you're gonna run a channel, you run it the right way, by telling people facts, not fiction, just so you can get views and hits and all that stuff. So at the end of the day, it's about, being straight up with the public, you know, and that's how the way it works. So, anyways, I want to get into this because look, all these things are making sense, y'all. There was a guy named Haim Eshed, and I'm sorry if I'm saying the name wrong. He worked for the space program at NASA and Israel, okay, for 30 years. This dude had the highest honors of the highest honors. This was in 2020, so he retired, but then he in an interview was talking about how there's extraterrestrials on planet Earth, working with America and Israel, and they, and Mars also. And I just thought all that was kind of interesting, that ties to some things that Trump was just saying when he mentioned Mars. And then even further back there in 2002, I believe, I'm sure y'all remember the name Gary McKinnon, who hacked 97 computers and got himself into big trouble. But we've heard him before speaking about what he saw or what he thought he saw during his 13-month hacking into those computers. But that was a long time ago. He still stands to what he said. I believe that he mentioned something about non-terrestrial officers and regular officers. So it was kind of weird how somebody would, find something that says non-terrestrial officers. So I believe there's a lot of things coming after this November 13 congressional hearing. I think it's going to get very interesting because if indeed this is you know, the ace where finally disclosure gets revealed, I mean, I did get that NASA is not going to be present at this particular hearing, but I think the Department of Defense will be. at this hearing, and I believe they will. I think that's better. It's better that way because at the same time we get an opportunity to see both sides, whether because somebody's not telling the truth here, either for a beneficial purpose, which we don't understand because we're on the other side of the fence. So I think that if these people present, because I heard people mention it, videos, if they mention people showing exactly vehicles on videos that they can present in this congressional hearing, perhaps that would be oh man, that definitely would be wow, the biggest news ever. Um, do I think, I don't know, let me see, because the way I'm thinking of how it's going to go down, because I've noticed so far these guys that kept saying, "Oh, this is gonna be so big and everything." Once again, there's that disinformation agents out there. But I do notice that there are some people like they. It's kind of weird for me sometimes because if you're supposed to have, like I said before, whistleblowers, these people are supposed to be, the top of the top of the line. If you want to call them snitch, whatever you want to call them, um, these people are supposed to reveal the entire thing, whether it doesn't matter whether they get in trouble or not, because at the end of the day, they know that what they're doing is the right thing. I get it, not revealing certain things, that are sensitive. I get that part. But the fact that extraterrestrial life could be here on this planet and they deny us the right um, to know, because for years NASA been Uh, definitely saying no, no, no extraterrestrial life. Recently, of course, because of the UAPs, I believe early this year they mentioned that they don't know what UAPs are, but then quickly oh no, but they're not of extraterrestrial origin. So it's kind of like weird how they get to that part right away. No, 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 no extraterrestrial origin, but we don't know what they are, which means they're still looking into it. But let's see what happens after this meeting. Like I said, after this congressional hearing, because we'll be able to know whether the ball is really rolling or is just stuck somewhere, still, and nothing has moved anything or anywhere, and it stays the same. I believe that, in my personal opinion, if you can put all these people from all these agencies in one room, including all the witnesses who are supposedly whistleblowers, right? To face these people in the courthouses right in front of the entire public, American public, and show us that these people either they're lying or they're telling the truth. Because you got to understand, this is something that for me, it's like, wow, technology has to be the purpose. Because what would you do if you had that type of technology that no one else have? Are you going to share it with the world or are you going to keep it to yourself? That depends, because I mean, you could be the type of person that will share some type of stuff like that, and then once again, you could be a person that decides to keep it all to yourself. I don't know. We live in a crazy world, man. Crazy times. Crazy times. I do pay attention to everything in the world. Everything. Everything. Everything that's going on in this planet right now, I am definitely paying attention to it. But my focus is on full disclosure. Full disclosure. Because at the end of the day, we're going to find out the truth in 2025 for sure, or maybe in 2026 if extraterrestrial life exists. So, I'm going to end this video. If you guys have any comments about anything I've said, feel free to hit the comment section and ask me questions if you like. I'll respond. Like I said, I'm going to try to keep 1000% on y'all. Everything that I'm going to come out with is going to be facts. Even if I don't have my face on the YouTube, even if I still don't have the OBS set up, because I still am going to set it up that way, but because I'm not a computer genius, I seem to have I gotta go slow on this stuff so I can figure it out. So I can get a better mic, quality, uh, even the background, better quality video in general. So thank you guys for listening in on the video. Thank you for the 1,500 subscribers. Thank y'all for hanging tight with the channel. I know it's been a while, like I said, because I haven't been on like that until now. Because I think now more than ever, because of what's happening in the world, and we got to start paying attention. Because if we don't, it's going to be too late for a lot of us if we don't pay attention to what's happening. Now, I don't care about either side, this side and that side, when, in truth, I don't think they like us anyway, so it don't matter what we say. Um, but yeah, until the next video. On to the next video, y'all.